This is the last episode.
I didn't even check levels at all.
Pro.
Yeah, I'm a pro is what I are.
More like blow tools, am I right, gamers?
I say blow tools.
Did you forget to check levels last week and the week before?
Probably. Most likely.
Why you do this to me?
I don't know. I'm professional. I make money off of this now.
Not this.
Not this.
Not this.
Not this specific one.
We lose money every time we speak.
I do. I lose $10 a month.
A month?
Yeah, it's not that bad. Podbean is $10 a month for the one that I have, and there's also a more professional ones like $100 a month, and there's nothing in between for some reason. I don't understand the pricing situation.
The in-between is just upgrading your internet and hoping they don't cap you too hard.
Yeah.
The actual answer is upping your internet and going, please don't check.
I'm sorry, that was just really fun for some reason. I like the way it sounded, and I like the way it made my throat feel.
We're slowly Zevert did that to a song. And then the ad-lib gets too long, and the song stops being a song and just becomes that for 3 minutes.
I'll call it Mud Think.
I still cannot believe that Sicko Mode is a hit. I can't, because it's 3 songs in one, and they play almost all of it on the radio, and that blows me away.
Do you like that song?
I like 2/3 of it.
Okay,
yeah. I like 2 1/4.
I like the fact that song exists.
No, it's a cool song.
It's a prog
but
rap
as a single,
song.
It's fucking weird. It doesn't make any sense that it got big.
It is a prog rap song.
Because I thought they would like cut off the opening of it, but they don't because it's not that long.
Yeah.
And then let it ride out, and then let the second beat switch happen, and then let that ride out.
It's kind of like,
but they cut off the third one.
It's kind of like when you hear the entirety of One by Metallica on the radio. It's like, why are you playing this 7-minute song?
I get kind of mad. I'm like, why?
Yeah.
Because I'm like, I'd rather hear other songs that are shorter instead of the whole thing of one on the radio with the shitty quality that radio has.
Yeah, well, I don't even listen to the radio.
And sometimes I have to.
Why?
Sometimes I don't mind.
Why, do you not have your phone sometimes?
There are some cars that don't have auxes that I'm in. And the radio isn't the worst thing in the world as long as you change the stations every song like a crazy person.
For a while back, when
as long as you listen to college radio stations, the jazz station, the symphony station, wherever you are, and like a rap or rock station of some kind, you're gonna be okay.
KU rock, not
because college stations play the hipster shit that I like. They play like German experimental rock, and that makes me very happy.
When I was driving,
like Aphex Twin at 5 in the afternoon, because whatever.
When I was driving and I didn't have a headphone adapter thing for my phone, I would literally I would turn off the radio and play off my phone.
I can't stand music on my phone speakers.
No, I did podcasts.
That's it. But even then, it's like I don't listen to podcasts. I need some type of audio that is not people talking to each other.
Yeah, I drive a lot with podcasts.
So I'll go with some kind of music.
I do podcasts when it's like a drive that I know is kind of longer. That I don't have to like mess with like switching songs.
That's the thing. The rock stations in California in our area are kind of ass.
Yeah,
the classic station is like 30 songs, and most of those songs are the classic rock that I really don't like.
It's a song that you can't listen to anymore.
I
can't listen.
It's what I call dad rock.
I cannot listen to Paradise City one more time in my entire life without blowing my brains out.
Where the girls are pretty and the guys are shitty.
Yeah, that song is not bad.
I like making fun of that song. I've never liked that song.
There's a lot of songs.
I've discussed this before. I despise everything Journey's ever made.
Well,
and they play a lot of Journey on classic rock because they're classic. They're considered classic rock. Well, and I don't like Journey at all.
Paradise City is a Guns N' Roses song, but whatever.
I don't like Guns N' Roses either at all.
Neither. I mean, I don't like it that much either. But
I like Sweet Child of Mine for Guitar Hero 2 playing. Same. But on its own, I will never listen to it.
Is Sweet Child of Mine even on Guitar Hero 2, or is it one
Guitar
of those?
Hero 2.
Or is it one of those songs?
That's the one that has Trogdor the Burnator on it.
Yes, but
that one has the best set list of like the non-DLC.
I disagree. I think Guitar Hero 6 has the best set list.
I never played Guitar Hero 6.
My favorite Guitar Hero.
Is that the one where like the songs would rotate out every week?
No, that's
what
Guitar
was that
Hero
shitty
Live.
one? That's the one that killed Guitar Hero.
It's the Guitar Hero that killed Guitar Hero. The one before that was Guitar Hero 6. Guitar Hero Warriors of Rock.
I forgot that's the actual title because you keep calling it 6 because you're weird.
Because it's the 6th Guitar Hero.
Because no one calls it that but you.
It's that. Well, because no.
The one human I knew who bought that game never called it 6. That's why you're wrong to me.
Because when it was announced, it was called Guitar Hero 6.
And you only liked it because you played King of the Hill with custom tracks on console.
Yeah.
I was like, that's pretty cool. I'm like, hell yeah, that's pretty cool. And then you never played it ever again.
No, the reason I like that game so much is because the last tier when you're playing through like the whatever.
It has Avenged Sevenfold on
it. Quotation marks.
The final
campaign. Yeah, it's a Megadeth suite. You play 3 Megadeth songs in a row, and then you defeat the devil by playing like 3 Megadeth songs in a row, and it's the hype as shit. Also, the main part in the story question mark.
It is a story. It's a full campaign.
Yeah.
It's weird, but they made one.
That involves.
They tried.
That involves the entirety of Rush's 2112.
What?
Yeah.
I don't know about that.
Dude, it's the coolest fucking
Doesn't
game.
Gene Simmons narrate that fucking thing?
No.
Some rock boy narrates that.
Wait. Yes.
It's Gene Simmons, right? He narrates it.
I think so.
It's some rock boy who's really big and likes money dollars.
Yeah.
When I think of that, I think of Gene Simmons.
I'll ask Nick next time I see him at Delilah. Like, hey, did your dad do Guitar Hero 6? I'd be like, what are you? Also, Bleach. I have yet to bring up Bleach to that guy. I won't. I want to. I just want to ask him, like, hey, what do you like anime, or what anime do you like, or something like that? I should do something like that.
He loves Black Clover.
I don't know what that is.
It's an anime that's big. I wish
it.
I liked it, but I don't.
Got it. One of those.
It's a shonen that's big. It's like a new fairy tale kind of thing, where it's just one of those big ones. It's not the biggest one ever, but it's pretty big.
Got it.
It's no My Hero. It's not one of those.
By the way,
but that show took over the planet.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't care about anime anymore. I don't care about anime anymore. I like
Amane the artist.
The artist. I like one of his songs.
I don't think I know an Amane song on top of my brain. I just heard his voice.
What is it? Reel It In. Reel It In's a good song. It's 2 minutes long and it's too short. It's really good.
Is it about fishing?
Mm-hmm. It is.
You found the joke and you're like, no, fuck it. You're like, no. You're like, fuck this guy. Not for a fishing joke. Never that low.
Never that low. I'll go pretty low. I'll do racist jokes. I'll do
Low by David Bowie.
Low by Rob Lowe.
Wait, what?
I don't know. Guys, I want to talk about, speaking of music, I'm contractually not at all obligated because I didn't sign a goddamn thing to talk about the artist known as Ben.
Formerly known as.
The artist sometimes known as Ben with 2 N's. Ben, and you can spell that with 666 N's. I remember when there used to be one in the whatever. So Ben has been doing these amazing albums in story thing called Zed. And it started out as like a mix between his story and Call of Duty Zombies story. And then he'd release Zombies, and then he released Zombies 3 because Zombies 2, whatever, ignore that. And then he didn't like the production on either of them. And so he was like, fuck it, I'm done doing Call of Duty Zombie music. I'm only going to focus on my story. And so he's been doing that since last year. Last year Zed 1 came out. This year Zed 2 came out. And then last week Zed 3 came out. So yes, two albums in 1 year. That man is a goddamn powerhouse of work in such. And so the trilogy is complete. The story is ended. There's still a prequel album that's going to come out next year, Zed 4. But I mean, you can listen to this at Zed 1 through Zed 3 and get the story, kind of. But goddamn, I almost cried listening to Zed 3. Not even gonna lie. Like that album is big. Zed 3 is bigger than the album itself. It's like, it's one of those things that it's hard to explain because a lot of it encompasses a lot of Ben's other music outside of the Zed stuff. Like there's a lot of stuff from his album Extinction, which was about the extinction mode for Call of Duty Ghosts.
Oh God, yeah, I forgot he told me about.
Yeah.
Well, you told me about that before anyone could talk about it because that was supposed to be a thing and then it wasn't.
Yeah,
and he said, "Fuck it, this is mine. I'm gonna finish it."
Yeah, and then he did. So yeah, it involves that. It involves stuff. It seems like it involves stuff from his album Quiet One, specifically the song Sync and maybe Sailboat. Maybe it feels definitely like it involves stuff from Two Down's album that I can't think of the name of because it's too long of a name technically. But I'm actually technically on that album.
Is it as long as a Godspeed You Black Emperor album name?
It's longer.
I would like to see.
Well, okay.
Read it to me so I can I'm curious.
So you can actually
that's not.
It's actually technically just called We All Let Go EP. If you go to hurtrecords.com, it's like one of the first things right there. It's We All Let Go. But actually the name of it is all of the track names. There's 10 songs.
Oh, they do that thing. Okay.
And so the name of the album
that's kind of a different type of long title. Because other bands do that. I'm like, yeah, that's cool when you do it.
The name of the EP is We All Let Go of the Dark Reflections and Leave Bombs on the Steps of the Black Door for the Refineries. I'm on this album, guys. My voice is on there. I say words.
Is you going, ah?
Yeah, pretty much. No, I'm doing like I'm playing it seems like what sounds, okay, my theory, because it seems like it's related to Ben's Zed album.
Game theory?
My game theory is that I was playing a mosh that was just turn into a mosh and is like, hey, what do you remember? I only remember the sounds. I only remember, and that's pretty much what I would just. Ben gave me a script and then sent me a script on Skype and was like, all right, say this in the most monotone, dead voice you can. So I was like, okay, I only remember the sound. And I don't know, it was just that. And I'm on it. My voice is on there. It's really cool.
I don't know why I always think of, it's a dumb thing that I think of now, but whenever people talk about doing like recording just lines for albums, I think of that tweet where it's like, I never want to leave a voicemail so I don't become part of somebody's rap mixtape.
Oh,
and I laugh every time. That's still a thing we do nowadays. We still do that.
It's a little played out.
It's incredibly played out, but people still do it. Instead of just recording people and like doing actual skits, which we've been doing for like 50 years.
The first time I can remember like the voicemail thing is from Linkin Park's album Reanimation. That was
the first time you ever heard it?
That was released in 2003.
Yeah, that's late even for hip hop.
Yeah,
or anything hip hop touching.
Yeah, and so the fact that we're still doing it 10 years after that, and it was late.
I think one of the most famous might be like Biggie Smalls' first album,
probably
Ready to Die. I think it might be one of the most famous ones.
But yeah, anyways, so Z3 is out, and goddamn that album. It's all on Spotify, guys. So if you type in Ben and Z.2,
Ben with one N or two N's?
Two N's. BENNZ.1 or Z.2 or Z.3. Z4 should be released next year. And then Z5 will also be released eventually, which is acoustic versions of the best of the songs. And then he'll be doing a concert next year called Z Live, which he's recently asked us to like do like to give him what we think are the best songs. So there's like 25 songs that I think he's going to choose from in there. But goddamn, this story, I've been following it for like a decade and it's finally over. Kind of, you know what I mean? Like the ending is there. I know how it ends and I get it. Kind of.
You can feel it on the tip of your brain.
Well, get it's not the right term.
Like,
but
kind of feel a conclusion.
Yeah, it has resolved. And
you can hear an ending, but you don't know where it's coming from.
I don't even want to spoil it, but I think you should. Now that all three of them are out, you have Spotify, right?
Yeah.
You should listen to them.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know.
I'll put them on my long to-do list for music.
Yeah,
that list is a goddamn nightmare.
Because the Z is it's gonna require a lot.
It's gonna require me sitting down. That's why. And I have a lot of those albums sitting in a queue, and that bums me out. I have too much music. But it's on there.
But by the end, Ben did something in the last song of Z3 that I'm not gonna spoil, but he did something in it that like it gave me personally, I don't know if anyone else felt when they listened to it. I mean, other people I saw on the street team kind of felt this too, but me personally, I have like nightmares about this thing and it felt the exact same way when I heard it on the album.
Jesus.
And it gave me like a weird panic attack. I was like, how did you do this? How did you go into my brain and pull that out of me?
That's a fun time.
Yeah. Oh no. Oh yeah. I should also mention this story is fucking grim. It's not happy at all. If you want to be happy, don't listen to this music. If you want to be mad, sad, and angry,
it is not a way to start, end, or even spend your day. Unless you like kind of, I guess, to prepare yourself.
I guess I don't recommend it. That being said, listen to it. It's really fucking good. Anyways, that's that. I fucking enjoyed it a lot. It was real good. I also want to talk about a game that came out today as of recording this.
A port
that came out today.
Switch has like almost no new games this year. It's been a really weird, bad year for new games on the Switch.
That's not true. There's a lot of
for new games.
Mario Tennis.
Mario Tennis. Mario Party.
Crickets. Smash will be out.
That will be out, but that's like the only game I'm going to buy that's new for the Switch this year.
What else is new this year?
That is like a brand new game. It's been
Octopath Traveler. A lot of people care about that.
I mean, like from Nintendo. Nintendo has been quiet.
That was a license from them, right? Or something?
No, that's Square Enix.
Oh.
That's the Bravely Default team.
Got it.
Most of them anyways.
It was just only on the Switch.
It has been not a great year for the Switch for new games. Right. But it's really good for indies and ports.
Yeah, by the way, that doesn't make this a bad year for the Switch.
No, it's just if you already have those games like me, I don't care.
Yeah. It's been a great year for me. Yeah. I've been exploring games that I haven't been able to play.
Guess what? There are a lot of people that are like you.
Donkey Kong and
Donkey Kong came out. The part came out this year.
I'm excited for.
Did you ever manage to like get halfway through? That game's fucking hard.
Yeah, I'm like maybe a third of the way through.
When did you decide like I need to put this down because it's too hard? Because when I played on the Wii, I'm like I need to.
I have a lot of those games on Switch.
But that game is like because it's so hard. I'm like I take breaks. I'm like when I finish, I'm like I'm glad.
I was thinking about it when I finished the first Crash, but then I was like I don't know if I want to put myself through another hell. If you could beat
the first Crash game, you could beat. Tropical Freeze.
See, that's what I felt like, but then I got through one level, and I was like, I'm not ready.
Because it's different. It feels different.
Yeah,
like that roll is too fast for me.
It's weird.
Because it's a different physics than it was on the original 3. But I played more of like returns than I did ever like 1 or 2.
However, this has been a cool year for ports and stuff. So
a lot of ports.
So and a lot of I'll talk about the free ones because I feel like those are the more interesting ones that have come out this year. Well, some of them interesting.
Did
ones
they all come out? All the free ones came out this year, huh?
Yeah,
They all came out this year.
So including Hulu
and YouTube.
And YouTube.
That's not video games. What are the free video games?
But those matter because you can use those.
But we're not on that. We're talking about free games.
It's specific to what I'm saying is like the amount of content on the Switch now where you can get it for free and you don't need to get the membership to actually use online features about it is actually a lot now. This the features I'm saying like in general. So yeah, Hulu and YouTube, those two things, that's a big deal. Once Netflix comes out, then this can finally be.
I'm still shocked that Netflix came on before Hulu.
Or Hulu became on before Netflix.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like I can't believe Netflix is not on there, but Hulu is.
Yeah, it's weird.
I think it'd be harder to do, but whatever. Netflix people have 1 million. They're all running around doing 1 million things for 1 million SKUs.
Yeah,
like they just discontinued Netflix on the Wii.
Yeah,
they just did that recently.
That's almost news.
It's a way to remind people that Netflix is a fucking old service.
Yes,
it's like almost 20 years old. And their thing was we send you movies in the mail, and everyone went, "What the fuck? Why would I do that when Blockbuster?"
You guys know that Joe Rogan was the first Netflix original stand-up special.
Wait, what?
Joe Rogan's
really?
Yeah, he had the first Netflix special.
But like when they were not even streaming service, or like
it was just DVDs.
Huh. God, that is fucking old.
Yeah.
I didn't even know they did exclusive things back when they were like only sending discs. That's fucking weird.
They didn't. That's what makes it interesting. Yeah. Okay, so games though. So Paladins came out. That's another one. That's a free game that you can get. You don't need online membership to play. That's a big deal. People care about that game. I like that game a lot. If and when Overwatch comes to the Switch, I will delete Paladins. But until then, that's kind of that for a while. Arena of Valor came out, which I liked for a little bit, but I deleted it.
What kind of game is that?
It's a MOBA. It's a League clone.
Oh, right. It's that game that came out.
Yeah. It's less toxic than League, obviously.
Is it because the text chat's harder to do?
Probably.
That's the real answer. It's harder to do, so no one's going to bother.
It also, honestly, that game just I feel less pressure. Even outside of that, like I don't know, that game is a fun game. It's a more fun experience than League. Maybe it has to simply do with the fact that I don't see a chat. It could easily be that.
That's the real answer.
It probably is
because League's community's fucking terrible.
But I ended up deleting
when I was there. I was like, man, this game's all right. Kind of. But
Fortnite came out. That was a big old,
it's a big one,
big boy deal.
Reggie said, "Jump out of the battle bus with me," and I laughed really hard.
Yeah,
because Reggie saying game terms sometimes is really weird, even nowadays.
Oh yeah, because
But him saying battle bus made me giggle for some reason.
It's fun.
That's a game. It's pretty good.
Did Reggie say where we dropping, boys?
No, because that's a meme.
If he said that,
that's not a marketing term. It's a thing that people say because it is funny.
But
because people said it unintentionally, then it became a joke, and then people couldn't stop themselves from saying it because it became a joke as well as a thing that people just say.
Because it's one of those things. It's one of those terms that like it work. It's like like in zombies. It's like which door first.
Oh no, or the phrase you train in.
Yeah,
that's not a thing that means anything in English.
Yeah. It's one
of
those
things. It
means
means nothing outside of that context.
Yeah, and so it's weird how stuff like that turns into memes because it's like, well, now I can't say this thing, even though it's a thing that works for the game. When I play MMOs
or like anything's like, or when I think of like little shit enemies, I call them ads.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't make any fucking sense. You don't know what games are.
No.
Like, I hate bosses with ads in them in action games.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean anything unless you know what game I'm talking about or they came from.
But a big game that came out today. Probably not as big as Fortnite, but definitely.
Oh, it's getting up there.
It's getting up there though. It's at number 2 for sure right now.
It's a big game.
Warframe. Fucking Warframe came out on the Switch.
That's a really, really good game.
Yeah, it is.
But you put no money or $100. That's a really good game.
I have maybe 20 hours on PC, and I still don't understand that game.
You haven't even like scratched the nail of the surface. There's so much for you in that game.
And so so here's the interesting thing about Warframe. A couple things on the Switch. So one, it was ported by Panic Button. I feel like at this point we should all just accept that Panic Button is the new Switch gods.
They're the go-to guys for now.
Yeah, they are the Switch gods right now.
They figured out the infrastructure and then said we could do it.
I don't know how they've done it, but they have successfully moved.
They did Doom, they did Wolfenstein.
And okay, have you seen Warframe on the Switch at all?
Yeah, it's impressive.
Impressive is to put it lightly. Yeah. It is
because it's impressive because it's an upgrade from what they first showed. Mm-hmm. Man, that was rough. When they first showed the footage of like Warframe on Switch, I was like, holy shit, that looks pretty bad.
Yeah.
I hope they can fix it in time. That's why I'm like, when they announced it was gonna be like late October, I'm like, that's too soon. You guys need more time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then they had to push it back. Yeah. No, and I'm glad they did because holy crap, this game looks so okay. So when I heard Panic Button was porting Warframe, the first thing I thought was like, cool, I'm excited for this. I'll probably get it when it's free.
Yeah,
when it's free. But I was like, it's probably gonna have the same weird thing that like Doom and Wolfenstein does, where there's like a weird haze over everything because there's such heavy anti-aliasing.
And that game does have fog in it. Like Warframe does have fog in it as a thing for like weather systems and stuff.
Yeah,
it already has that.
I was like, it's probably not going to look great. I doubt it's going to run at 60. It'll run at 30, but maybe locked, maybe not, probably not.
It's not going to be locked.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
And then I played it. I downloaded it and played it for maybe like an hour today, which is not enough time to like play the game, but enough time to see how the game runs.
Yeah.
Holy crap! I until you play it, it's really hard to just. I feel like you can't see it on YouTube as well as what this actually looks like because YouTube compresses so heavily. This game is probably one of the better looking games on the Switch. It's up there with, it's legit up there with like Mario Tennis Aces, which is a weird thing to compare it to, but that's another game that looks really good.
Warframe has been refining itself, its engine, its whole look, that it performs well. It's been performing better over time on everything, consoles and PC wise.
It looks amazing and it runs. There's zero of that fog thing that happens on Doom and Wolfenstein. So if you're worried because like, oh, Panic Button's doing it, I'm probably gonna get that weird.
It's gonna be texture popping, but that's kind of like just how games have to be sometimes. Like Red Dead 2 has textures popping in and grass popping in.
Yeah, when you have a game as fast as Warframe, you're going to have to extra pop in. It's fine.
Like the game has motion blur because it has to.
But no, it looks like it's shiny. It reminds me of Bayonetta 2 on the Switch.
Oh yeah, where they kind of like shine it up a little bit.
Yeah, it looks good. Like it looks like everything just looks like clean.
I would say it looks about a little under the PS4 version. That's still like the PS4 version still looks pretty goddamn good.
Yeah, it's right under the PS4 version. Like
and what really matters for me is performance. That's the thing I was shocked.
So yeah,
what I'm really curious about, I want to see footage when people do get there of like actual high end survival.
Yeah.
Because even on PS4, it's like you get a certain round, and when you kill like a certain amount of enemies at once, the game has to like stop for a second. So because there's so much physics going on at the same time.
I haven't. So it's 30. It's not 60. It just couldn't.
I don't think it's 60 on consoles. I don't think it ever could get there.
Yeah, it's
because there's too much going on in that game.
So which is fine. I didn't expect to be 60.
As long as it's try to be locked to 30 as best it can be.
It's pretty locked at 30. It's not. It's not.
It'll probably dip in like when you're doing high end spawn shit. That's like to be expected.
It's maybe it's not as good as like the what's the game? Rocket League port? Like Rocket League, if you choose 60, it's locked. If you choose 30, it's locked. 60. Either because you can choose whichever one. And it's not like that perfect, but it's leagues above Wolfenstein or Doom. It is. The only dips I've noticed were, like you said, when I'm doing like those big like particle effect stuff.
Yeah.
Also, I saw in the settings there's actually an option to turn down particle effects, and they're on medium by default. So that's interesting.
Maybe they added that to console versions when I quit.
Yeah, they might have.
They added in like interesting settings like that to console versions.
That's one of the bigger things that graphics that takes big boy graphics for Warframe. I don't know how to speak words.
Because the game does run really well. You don't have to have like a super high end game to run Warframe, but if you have it, they go, okay, this year we'll give it like if you can run this, we will give you these.
Yeah,
you can run them like Here we have a new lighting engine. It's gonna look better on everything, but if you have the everything, you can crank it up if you want to.
Yep.
The frame rate will drop, but you can look at it if you want to. They even go like, hey, it probably won't run super well, but here you go. Just fuck with it.
Yep.
Because that company's gotten a lot better with communication and talking about everything they're doing. They're pretty great. They're really, really cool.
Is an amazing company. But yeah, it's not locked at 30, but it's definitely very, very close. Like I said, the only time I noticed is when I was doing big particle effects, when I was in a lot of enemies on the screen.
Are you doing the technique that you were supposed to do where you're like double jumping and then doing this dash and sliding?
Yeah.
How does it run when you're doing that?
Perfect.
Okay, that's what really matters to me because that's the way you play.
There's definitely a lot of blur going on, but
when you're doing the Space Ninja shit, how does it run?
Yeah. When you're doing the space, like I said, there's definitely a lot of blur when you do it, but like
the console versions are all that way.
But yeah, you're moving so fast, it almost doesn't matter. Blur only, I feel like for I
think it works in that game. In Warframe's gameplay, I think it works because you're moving so goddamn fast.
I like motion blur. I know most people don't.
I generally don't.
I like
some game like Red Dead has it on like by default because it has to, but you don't even notice it.
Black Ops,
it looks good.
Like Black Ops 3 and Black Ops 4, I have motion blur on because there's options on Black Ops 3 and Black Ops 4 on PC to have motion blur dynamically.
I think for PC, I can understand there's more of an argument for it. For console, I'm like, if it's a console game, I don't want it on. Period.
Maybe.
Like Far Cry 3 and onwards had motion blur. I'm like, why? I'm on a console. Fuck off.
Yeah, fair.
I can only move my stick so fast, and I can't aim as fast because I can't see what I'm doing. Turn it off.
Fair.
That's what like I'm really hoping they patch a setting for motion blur in the Spyro remastered stuff.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It's heavy on it.
Did you get it?
No, because I saw that and I went, I'll buy it, but I wait for that patch to come out. Okay. Also, there's no subtitles in the cutscenes.
Really?
Did you see that? Yeah, Activision had a weird thing where they were like, because we wanted to deliver this game, and we considered like accessibility settings and concerns, and we said we would do it later. And it's like this. So what you're saying is you rushed out the game again.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
Yeah.
Because that game was delayed. It's been it was delayed, but you didn't even let them do subtitles.
That's silly.
Like there's subtitles for like when you're talking to an NPC, but like in cutscenes, like the movies, there's none. There's no setting for it.
I don't think there is any in Crash either.
There is, I think, if you look for them, but I bought that recently just because it was on sale for Black Friday, like digital stuff. I have to look. But it's like not having that as a setting is like fucked up.
How you liking the Crash then on the PS4?
I don't like how Crash 1 feels in the remake.
Are you playing Crash 1 first?
I played the first level of all three. I played more of Crash 1 because the other two installing, because you can do that in modern consoles.
Oh, cool.
But I was like, let me see how Crash 1 feels, its levels versus 2 and 3. I don't like how it feels for Crash 1.
Okay. Yeah.
I think it feels too heavy for 1.
Yeah.
But 2 and 3, they feel a bit better.
Mm-hmm. It's the same feel for all three, but the way
that's why they were the same engine. That's why it was tricky. Like there was no winning with it.
The way the levels are in Crash 1, there's
Crash 1 you feel so fucking heavy.
Yeah, the platforming is so precise in Crash 1.
Also, I'm mad because I'm going to do it, but I didn't know about this. They added in time trials for Crash 1.
Mm-hmm.
People might not remember that game didn't have that.
I don't.
They don't have time trials.
Yeah,
they weren't designed for time trials.
No.
And I'm going to get them.
Why?
Because I have to.
Why are you going to put yourself through that hell?
I've 100%ed 2 and 3 multiple times.
I will probably 100% 3 for sure, maybe 2.
3 is the hardest 100% because it has more shit to do.
That's the one I like the most.
It has like the hidden levels in it too.
That's the one I like the most. So that's one.
Did you ever get the hidden level where you're on? I think it's in Worlds like the 4th hub. It's the nighttime one where you're on the motorcycle and you crash into a sign that has an alien on it and you go to a secret level.
Yes.
I found that one as a kid and blew my fucking brains out.
Yeah. I 100% did Crash 3 as a kid.
Also, I like being able you can play as Coco in the Crash 1 game.
Yeah, that was cool.
I do like how they have different animations where you get hit by the crates for Coco, where she puts her laptop over her head.
Mm-hmm.
And then she almost dies because there's too many crates.
So anyways, Warframe, it's great. If you have a Switch, even if you don't have an online account, you can still play online. If you had the game on PC, you can migrate your save data over.
Which to me is the craziest one.
However, I didn't do that because it's not cross-save.
No, it's a
so
different...
as soon as you move it over, it's now 2 separate accounts. So if your progress won't cross-save over to the other one. And then also you can't do that on other consoles anyways. Like
they said years ago they could never do it.
Yeah. So
that's why like even something like this, like a half in between is insane. That's such a cool thing that they managed to figure out how to do.
I'm glad that it did for some people. Because for like I don't have that much time in the game anyway. So it's like I'm not losing much for making a new character. I wanted to try out a new frame anyway. So I was like, I wanted to start fresh and like my Switch experience with this game will be I feel like my definitive Warframe experience. Because which is funny because
how does it run in handheld?
Fine. Because
I'm assuming you played it handheld. How does it feel in handheld?
Yeah. I started with handheld, then I moved.
You play most games handheld. That's why I'm asking.
Yeah, I like it a lot. It performs just fine. The problem is just simply the hardware. Just the sticks are. It's hard to.
Yeah, it's the Joy-Con sticks.
When you're moving that fast, it's hard to be precise with the stick. There is motion aiming. So that helps.
Well, yeah, the other consoles have that problem too. It's just because it's on a console. Because man, you can do you feel way cooler when you're doing it on a mouse.
Oh yeah. But you can spin around and do stuff. You can
still kind of do it on the consoles.
It's a slower thing.
Because there is auto aim. You can kind of do it.
Yeah. One thing that was a bug that I noticed, and I'm sure will get fixed pretty soon, is so when I switch from handheld to TV mode, I just put my Switch in. Then
you do the Switch thing.
Yeah, I just put my Switch in and then picked up my Pro controller and then started playing. Motion aiming didn't work with the right away.
Oh yeah, that's definitely a bug.
Also, I noticed that the input for the sticks didn't happen until there was a big dead zone all around the sticks. And so I had to restart the game, like pretty much close out the game and turn it back on to fix that.
And then the dead zone was
motion aiming on the sticks thing worked.
Yeah, that sounds like a definite this was like a weird bug that they were trying to
just switching between TV and dock.
That'll get fixed within like the month or so.
Yeah, it's amazing. Panic Button was somehow able to port this game over and make the game 1 millisecond faster for every version of this game. Yeah. On all the consoles and PC, which doesn't sound like a lot, but
with how much stuff they add every time they update the game in a big way, that does matter.
You have to remember, this is a company that has never done this is the company coming in. It's like, oh yeah, your game that you've been working on for 6 years, whatever. I'm going to take it and within a year make it better on every console by 1 millisecond.
Yeah,
it's like that is insane. The panic button is
when they were only assigned to do the Switch version.
Yeah, they
just
weren't
managed
even
to find it.
Yeah,
to find a way to optimize the system by a little bit.
Yeah, and they're like, yeah, our version of optimizing it made it better on everyone. It's like that is double win for them. I made a post on Reddit actually on the Switch subreddit, which actually got relatively popular.
Like the Switch subreddit or Switch subreddit for Warframe?
No, just a regular Nintendo Switch subreddit. I did a post saying it's like, what would be your ideal dream? What did I say? What would be your, if you could choose the next panic button port, what would be your realistic dream port? Mine was Borderlands 2. Because I feel like that's one that's
no, the real answer is the Borderlands Handsome Collection.
Yeah,
that whole thing.
Yeah, that whole thing most likely.
Because that was on PS3, 360, PS4. Like it could be ported.
Yeah, that whole.
And
thing
that would make them. I'm surprised that hasn't been talked about being ported.
I think it's
That's
because
insane to me.
I don't think they will until Borderlands 3 is announced.
If they do ever fucking announce that game,
because that is being worked on.
Apparently, but also apparently not. It's like I don't know.
It's
anymore.
in a weird limbo right now.
Yeah,
I think. It's.
Battleborn did not help that company.
No, it did not. It changed too many hands. The IPs switch between too many hands in Gearbox. There's a massive mess in Gearbox.
Gearbox is a big company.
Yeah, it's a mess this year.
Well, they are making Borderlands 2 VR or some shit.
Yeah.
Like they are doing stuff.
Mm-hmm. They're working. But so what would be your like ideal Switch,
like a somewhat older game but still new on the Switch?
Yeah, something that's realistic, but like something that you personally want, something that you would play, but something that could happen and like would reasonably happen.
I have a PS4, so I'm just gonna buy Tetris Effect on there.
Okay,
because that's
not a. I don't see that as like a. Yeah,
it's the best version of Tetris.
Okay,
that exists right now. That isn't because Puyo Puyo is pretty cool, but Tetris Effect. Have you looked at it? That's enough for that game.
Yeah.
Diablo exists, even though I wouldn't play Diablo right now. That's already like on consoles. It's already there. Yeah. I can't think of a game because a lot of games that are like that I would have wanted are indie games.
Yeah.
And they already exist on the Switch.
Or it's not even.
Or they're already being made for the Switch.
Yeah. It's like why would you? Yeah. Adding it in, like I want this indie game. It's probably going to be on the Switch. That's what the Switch is.
I can think of a big boy game that I'd want on the Switch that I want to be portable.
Yeah.
Because the big thing is like, well, what does it benefit from being portable? Technically every game does, but it's like.
Mm-hmm. Like what kind of games would be good with that?
That you play? Like I would never play a shooter on the Switch.
I would.
I would never play. Because it'd be the worst version of it. That's the objective answer. It'd be the worst version of it. Doesn't mean it'd be a bad version, but it is the worst version.
Yeah, fair.
That's enough for me.
Okay.
Why would I pay the same price for a game that's objectively worse? That is my thing. Yeah. Like, why would I buy Wolfenstein 2 on the Switch when I have a PS4?
The answer is portability. The answer is convenience.
Yeah, but I don't. But also, the Joy-Con sticks I think are bad for shooting. I have tried them. I don't like them.
I've gotten used to them.
And I don't have the money to buy a Pro controller.
Fair.
That thing is $80 and is really good.
It's not anymore. It's like 60 now.
But I don't have that money for like to play like 3 games. Fucking no. I'm gonna buy a gaming controller for Smash and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
And Smash is already on there, so that's good enough for me. Like that's the game that I want portable is Smash, and it's already there. So I'm pretty much good for now.
I have a question. Is the Super Mario Brothers the Wii U one? Is that a good game?
I don't like the 2D Mario games as much, but they're all good games.
The one that's coming out on the Switch next year.
The one with Super Luigi U, that's worth it.
Okay.
I liked those better because they made New Super Mario Brothers on DS was pretty good.
Mm-hmm. I've always loved 2D platforming.
I've never liked the Mario ones as much. Not even close. I like the 3D ones a lot better, but those are good games.
I didn't play
I'd rather they would have announced them porting 3D World, so I cannot think about buying that game every other week. Because 3D World is a really good game, and I never finished it, and I want to buy a copy for my Wii U. I've been playing my Wii U because I'm playing Smash 4 on it. Mm-hmm. I'm like, are they going to port this game to the Switch anytime? Maybe? I don't know.
Speaking of the Switch.
Like, the fact they haven't ported the Galaxy games is a fucking travesty.
Yeah. Okay, so you don't really have an answer just because this is the way you play.
And the games that are going to be ported are already on their way.
Yeah, fair enough.
Port Galaxy, you fucks. The games are amazing.
There you go, that's the game.
And it has motion control on the fucking Joy-Cons. It'd be perfect. So that you can play them.
All right, so
games are so good.
So speaking of Switch.
Speaking of fucking new console generation, which is a weird thing to talk about out of nowhere.
We'll talk about the Switch thing first and then the other ones next.
There's been a lot of hubbub and weird things kind of going around every big company.
Yeah.
This one I think is a little less suspect, but it's still a little odd that they're doing it right now.
Yeah.
Nintendo released like a video on their channel on how to prepare and back up your saves on the cloud to trade in your Switch.
Mm-hmm.
And there's no reason to do that at the moment. It is holiday time. But why would you trade in your Switch
when there's nothing else to replace it with?
When the only thing to trade it in for is like essentially almost the exact same. Like there's a new model for sure, but it's not a new model. It's just new Joy-Cons. It's the exact same console.
Yeah.
So why now? It's like, well, because they need to do it in the future. Sure. But that also
why now?
That also is kind of confirming the rumors of like they are totally working on a new model.
Of course they are. Like it's.
But if they're releasing this video now, I'm curious, when will it be announced?
Probably next year.
But when next year? Like January directs?
I'm gonna guess
because they do January directs. They do those.
I'm gonna guess summer.
Like it would come out in the summer or be announced in the summer?
Announced in the summer. And probably not come out till the year after.
So any rumblings of like the Switch stuff becoming more legitimate. Then there was the reported Microsoft rumor.
Yeah, so
that in 2019, there's a rumored date that they're going to be releasing a discless Xbox One variant.
Yeah, which it makes sense.
Which is the whole way Microsoft's been moving its whole business model with like you can lease an Xbox One X.
Mm-hmm.
The whole.
What are your thoughts with
Microsoft Game Pass is a really, really good deal.
Yeah, okay, yeah. What are your thoughts on Microsoft's new whole like the Microsoft experience thing?
I think it's a really smart idea.
Yeah.
Because they realized they talked about it mainly because of the head of Xbox right now. He's talked about it as like, well, there's no point in competing with consoles.
Oh, Phil Fish?
Not Phil Fish. Phil Spencer.
Phil Spencer.
Both interesting and talented men in their own right, but for different reasons entirely.
That's his name.
And one is a much better at interviews than the other. Yeah. Phil Spencer talked about it as like, yeah, there's no point in competing with either console because Nintendo's their own thing. Sony won this generation. Why try to do what they're doing better? Just do your own thing really well. And they know that they lost generation. They know that we've acknowledged that was lack of games.
You guys ran into this generation losing,
and that wasn't on Phil. That was a different head at the time.
No, but I'm saying,
this whole generation was spending like, okay, we got to fix this.
It started in a decline. Yeah.
Yes, it was already like the thing. They were actually started on the top of the hill, and then the Xbox One with its DRM shit.
Yep, and that just like
and then Patrick Klepek, I believe, was one who reported like the details on it. Everyone's like, wait, what the fuck?
Mm-hmm.
And everyone went, what are you doing? And they fell off that mountain. But the things of making like the Game Pass, making that if you own the Game Pass, you can use those games on like Windows 10. Because like, well, we are
so that's
Windows.
The thing.
We are Windows. Why would we compete with ourselves?
Yeah.
So let's just kind of put those two together, and it's actually really cool. It's like, oh, if you buy this game on your console,
you can get it on your PC, and the
you
best
can
part,
share it with it. Like it's a whole.
And the best part is it's cross save. It's
cross save, and like. I don't care about. I would like to play the Forza games because I want to play a racing game. It's been so many years.
Yeah.
And that game is runs bananas well on the
PC. Xbox One X also, yeah.
But like still like on the PC, like that game is gorgeous.
Yeah, well,
it's like a top end PC game.
As a PC gamer, I have to give credit to the Xbox One X. It is the most powerful console.
And yeah, if you don't want to play Xbox games
the PS4,
on the Xbox and you have a good PC, you can just buy them on your PC.
Yeah, the PS4
and run them
Pro
way better.
The PS4 Pro has nothing on the Xbox One X.
Not even close.
Not even close. Like not even. It's night and day.
The newest like version model of PS4 Pro at least is quieter.
Yeah, it's
fucking loud.
Yeah.
But still, it's like for performance, it's an Xbox One X. But it's like, but the console exclusives on PS4 are just objectively better. There's more of them.
Yeah, it's actually.
But also, Microsoft has been buying all these studios, and they have a lot of things. Like a lot of they're
gearing up. Right?
There are big games in the works. There's like a big.
It's
interesting. There are at least 2 or 3 big RPGs in the works. There's a shooter probably in the works. Like there's things going on.
It's interesting to see this year and how much Xbox seems to be gearing up for something.
It is prepping for the new generation because they know.
Yeah,
they're being smart about it. Well, PS4 has been jacking themselves off and doing weird shit,
like deleting the Vita.
Like deleting the Vita 3 times in 3 years.
Yeah.
And just allowing Fortnite to be that situation that happened this year.
Speaking of Sony.
Sipping their own farts.
Speaking of Sony and other console stuff, weird shit happened. An announcement that Sony... Is it an announcement or is it a rumor?
Oh no, the announcement, that's confirmed. The
E3 thing.
That was a statement from their blog. That was a real thing that they confirmed.
Yeah.
They made a statement.
They're not going to be announcing, or they're not going to be appearing at E3 next year.
They are taking their first break from E3
forever.
They've been there every year since E3's been inception, and they've never missed a date.
And I'm pretty sure the reason for that is because they're going to make their own event maybe a week before, or probably either before or after. It'd be silly to do it during E3, I think.
Do you think it would be the Sony Experience again, or to be a separate event from that? They didn't do an experience this year because they should have said, we're not going to do a Sony Experience this year. Because we don't have enough to show.
I can see them.
So would they loop that into that to make it worth it for people to come?
Yeah, I can
see. Or would it be
them,
its own separate press event and then like show more of the details on it at the experience? What would you think?
I can see them doing something, like I said, around E3. Maybe, probably would be the experience thing. I think it's just kind of doing it the big thing, and I think they'd be announcing the PS5 that would be released in 2020. That's my theory. It's my game theory. The exact statement
is like, as the industry evolves, Sony Interactive Entertainment continues to look for inventive opportunities to engage the community.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, it was a statement they told on their blog and then gave the Game Informer. PlayStation fans mean the world to us, PR bullshit.
Yeah.
As a result, we decided to skip E3 in 2019. Not Sony experience, the PlayStation experience,
Yeah.
but E3,
Yes.
which is what's interesting to me.
So yeah, like I said, I'm pretty sure they're going to be doing their own thing around E3, like Nintendo does.
Like Microsoft kind of already
Like
does
kind of
this.
Micro's.
Like they're at E3,
Mhm.
but they do their whole shit in like a separate theater.
Yep, a whole nother
They've done
room
it for years.
Yeah. It's very smart. It's I'm actually liking what's happening with consoles these days in this generation in a weird way, because it seems like it's see if you agree with me on this. It's almost like consoles are adopting the Nintendo route of stop competing with each other and have it to where you can be a compliment for anyone who likes games, even if you already have these consoles.
You have to they have these other two companies more than Nintendo has to find a way to sell the "We are your media" box.
Yeah, it's
They have to find some unique way to sell it to people, because at the end of the day, without exclusives, which over time have becoming less and less important for those two consoles, well,
for sure.
less of a thing overall. Although Sony doubled down this generation,
Yeah, they
who
really
knows
did.
next? But they're essentially serving the same purpose.
Mhm.
They are both things that play games, but are also a media box.
Yeah.
And they're not too dissimilar from what they offer,
Mhm.
but it is how do they present that?
Yeah, and I think it seems like throughout this generation, because this generation is old enough at this point. It's been 6-7 years or whatever.
Yeah,
Like it's
and Xbox banked on the media stuff too hard, and that's what ended up causing them to lose.
It seems like they're moving towards the Nintendo thing of just like, no, we're doing our own thing. This
Focus
is how
on the
we're
software.
so like Microsoft is doing the Game Pass thing, the Microsoft ecosystem thing, which I like. And then I don't know what PlayStation's going to do. They're all over the place right now. We don't know what Sony's going to do. We'll know
They have their exclusives and they have their VR.
yeah, those are that's kind of it.
And
those,
VR did pretty well for what they put into it. Like it did well for them.
Yes,
And they're
yes.
still putting out games for VR, PSVR.
That being said, both like it's not enough to differentiate itself. And
It's
so,
enough for now.
It's
but
enough
for
for
next
now.
gen, I wonder, will they reiterate PSVR at the launch of the PS5?
Yes,
Or whatever it will be called.
I'm sure they will.
Well, like that's what I'm curious about. I'm really
Yeah.
curious.
So I don't. So yeah. So I have a feeling. I don't know if Xbox. What do you think? Like, I'm wondering what Xbox's next consoles. Then the discless one, is that going to be a next generation
No, it's gonna
console?
be. The rumor is it's gonna be an Xbox One.
Got it.
It's just this looks discless
So then,
variant of the
are
Xbox
they
One.
even going to be working on a new console,
It's Microsoft. They're a big company.
new
They have plenty of people.
new generation
They're probably working.
to try to compete?
Remember, consoles work like 5-6 years ahead before they're even announced.
Yeah,
Like the Switch was being worked on
forever.
a year after the Wii U.
Yeah, forever.
Like consoles take a while to develop.
The Wii U is a prototype for the Switch.
Like
It
the
was
PS5 rumors have been around since like 2015.
Yes.
Because that's kind of what you have to do.
Mhm.
And you follow tech much more closely than I do.
Yeah.
In general,
Oh,
that's how this stuff works.
This takes forever. That's what I'm saying. I haven't.
Phones are a bit different, and because they're like not as long of a development cycle.
No,
but tech takes a long fucking time.
Phones can be announced and come out within 6 months.
Yeah, because they're built to be that way.
That happened with the
by
Razr.
design. They're like PCs.
That happened with the Razr phone.
Oh yeah, the original. Yeah, it was like it's announced. It comes out like in I don't know 5 months.
Yeah.
Buy it.
Yeah, it's insane.
The consoles take forever because it's the whole marketing thing, getting games lined up for it, giving out dev kits is the big thing.
Yes.
Making your console easy to develop for is a big way to keep.
Sony learned that with the PS3
and the Vita.
and the Vita.
The Vita and PS3 were not easy to develop for.
No.
For general people, so they kind of crapped out.
But I haven't heard as many rumors about a next gen Xbox than I have for PlayStation.
I think it's because they've kind of just acknowledged, no, we're making one. It's more or less been like Microsoft's looking forward. Is looking to the future. That's what we're looking to the future. That's kind of,
that's
they've acknowledged that. No, we're doing it like openly. Like we're working on
I
something
see
in the
what you
future, but
mean.
never like.
So maybe people just aren't digging as hard because they
or
feel
maybe
like they
there's
don't
a
need
tighter
to.
ship. It could be just a
It
tighter
could
ship.
easily be, yeah.
Maybe Phil Spencer plugged up all those fucking holes.
Yeah, could have. That's hard to do
Because they've been really focusing, Xbox at least, has been focusing a lot on software. They bought a lot of fucking companies.
Yeah, and
They
I love
announced
that.
they bought 5 announcements at E3, and they bought 2. Like they just bought Obsidian.
Yeah.
Like they are trying to do what Sony was doing this generation.
Yeah. So
but getting ahead right now, which might mean they might have a lot of big blockbusters on like week 1.
I'm thinking 2020 will be the year of the next gen.
Like the first one being released
for everything, kind of, because it seems like I think Nintendo, like I said, I think they'll announce. I think everyone will announce their thing next year, or
some kind of, or like tease some kind of variant of it.
Something, yeah. And then 2020, I think, will be the year of, I don't know, maybe throughout the year it'll kind of everything come out. I can see. I think Xbox would be the last one.
I would say they'd be the first. Mainly because they would have to be, because they've been behind for this whole generation.
They'd probably have to be the first.
I don't know if they would be ready for it because they had spent time developing the X and games take a long time to make.
Because what I think is going to happen,
but I think if they wanted to succeed, they'd have to be the first.
I'm looking at because the
Xbox date of being released.
The Xbox One X, like you said, I followed that like heavily. The Xbox One X is way ahead of its time.
It is impressive.
It is super impressive.
I still kind of want one.
Same. Oh, it's like $300. It's gonna be like
because there are
some
multi-plat games like in the past year or two, which those like half-step consoles will help improve performance for. That I'd like to see what Odyssey looks like on an Xbox One X, like in front of me.
You can get an Xbox One X for $300. This X for about $300
because that tech is just so nice on it.
Yeah,
I also need a new TV, but TVs are so cheap.
But anyways, the point I'm trying to make with that is that like they're so ahead. I have a feeling the Xbox One X is more of their like
their half step is so impressive. What could their new one possibly be?
Here's the thing. I don't think.
Will it be a streaming box?
Yeah. Here's the thing. I don't think the Xbox, the next Xbox. The Xbox 2. Please, I hope it's called the Xbox 2. I really do.
The Xbox 63 and a half.
the Xbox 7. Can we get this? The rumor, the
720.
The 720.
The meme.
Can
we get the Game Sphere from Drake and Josh?
Yes.
And have Josh Peck come out.
Please, that'd be great.
And it's like ripe old age of like 27, and say it's spherical, but like really depressed.
Ripe old age.
Just like it's spherical. Fucking I don't know.
So that'd be great. No, I think the Xbox One X I think was their kind of testing to see, can we fit out this much hardware in this size? Yes, we can. All right. All we're pretty much gonna do is take most of that tech and whatever is the next version of it,
push it ahead.
So I don't think the next Xbox will be as, I don't think it'll be that much of a jump between the Xbox One X and the next one, because like you said, I think most of it's gonna be streaming, most of it's gonna be about their ecosystem thing, and the Xbox One X is already kind of ahead of its time. Like, so I don't think Microsoft needs to work that hard on hardware. Like, it's Microsoft. They don't need to.
I'm not the biggest fan of the streaming future, mainly because
we're not there yet.
Mainly because we're not there yet.
Yeah.
But they've been spending a lot of time quietly working on that streaming stuff.
Yes.
If anyone's even back to lying for Crackdown 2. Do you remember that?
I don't.
With computing physics in the cloud.
Yes.
Remember that lies?
Yes.
We're computing the physics engine in the cloud.
Yeah, that's not a thing.
That's straight up just lie. That's not how the cloud works at all.
That's not what a cloud is.
But they've been working on that stuff since they were like the lies back in Crackdown 2, but like working on it seriously now. Mm-hmm. And they have that EA thing where like they can stream games through their weird premium service.
Yeah.
They've doubled down a lot of money and time on this thing that we haven't seen yet.
Yeah.
So it's going to be it has to be their big pitch for like the new console. Like why would you get this console? Because we have streaming, but it's really good.
Mm-hmm.
Only way I can see them like a reason for that console to exist and to be marketed. It's like we have streaming, but it is very good.
And Nintendo's, I have zero idea what the next Switch iteration is going to be.
I would say like a bigger screen, like a better quality screen.
Yeah.
And just bigger size, bigger battery life, like better speakers, like stuff like that. Like it's an iPhone upgrade, basically.
Yeah, it's not going to be. Yeah, but again,
it's an overall like we polished it up, gave it a bit better specs, bit like new material, but nothing crazy.
What would make you want to buy the next Switch?
OLED.
Is that it?
An OLED screen?
That's seriously it.
Yeah, like a nice screen. Because I don't like the screen on the Switch very much.
Is that why you don't play it as much?
One of the reasons why I don't play it portably is that's why I don't like the screen.
All right.
It's because I've played a Vita before. Mm-hmm. It's much smaller and it looks way. I've been playing my Vita recently. Yeah. It is a much better screen.
Yeah, I agree. No,
I would love to play it portably if it had a nicer screen.
I don't disagree with you that the screen.
It's not a bad screen at all.
No.
But I would love a nice one.
That's the thing. It's one of the better 720p LCD screens.
Yeah, but at the same time, say what you just said to yourself again.
Yeah, no.
It's one of the better 720 screens.
Yeah. I think they could push a 1080p for the next generation.
Like having a Pixel 3 screen quality on a Switch for a good price is not possible at the moment.
No,
components wise, it'd be nice.
Well, really it's the like. Now here's would be amazing if Nintendo teamed
4K.
up. Oh crap, dude! What if Nintendo teamed up with Samsung to make their screen?
They're gonna pull a Philips.
Yeah.
Do you know about that, right?
No.
Okay, the whole big thing of why the Sony PlayStation was like a rumored thing was because when they were developing
or the Nintendo PlayStation, right?
You remember?
What are you talking about?
Okay, people out there, if you've ever seen why the Zelda CDI cutscenes and those games exist and Hotel Mario exists, it's because back in the day, Nintendo was looking to develop a disc-based add-on for the SNES, / N64, whatever that might be, and they were looking at Philips or Sony because those people made CDs and the Walkman. They were all in CD stuff back in the day. They make one with Sony, we're going on Philips. Sony kind of made a prototype, and they went, "Nah, fuck that." But that console actually really does exist. You can go play it. It's real, which was found a couple years ago.
Yep.
And the Philips one, they kind of didn't do that either.
Well, they definitely.
But they let them have the rights to make games. Philips, like they had the rights to make games.
The Philips CDI.
Which is why they made those 3 abominably bad Zelda games and Hotel Mario. But at the same time, they gave me some of my favorite comedy cutscenes of all time. I quote the Hotel Mario and like Zelda cutscenes almost like every day of my life. I laugh thinking about them a lot. It is a big part of my childhood growing up because they are so funny.
That's good.
Have you ever seen them?
I've watched Game Grumps play
Have
one
you
of
seen
them.
a YouTube poop before?
Yeah, I've seen a
then
YouTube poop.
You know the like my boy shit.
Yeah.
And dinner and Sweatala, we are off.
Yeah.
And I love those cutscenes so much. But that happened because I said, oh, this tech company, we'll work with you. So will we get bad mobile Zelda game with shitty cutscenes fully voice acted on the Samsung phones? No, obviously not. But man, would I want that to happen so bad.
I see. Okay, I got it.
I want like a bootleg, like a bad mobile 3D game, but it's like Indonesian actors acting Zelda and Link. Like they can really speak English. I want that kind of shit. That's what we have nowadays.
Yeah, that'd be good. No, I think it'd be cool if the point I was trying to make is the Samsung could make a panel for the Switch. That'd be
What
great.
about Google? What do you think they would be able to sell? They're sold that much for Google?
No, Samsung panels are better.
No, but what do you think
and Google doesn't make their panels. LG does.
Oh, right. LG does that. Right.
And LG panels aren't even as good as... They're good, but they're not... The Pixel 2 XL phone that I have, it's a fine screen, but it's like way inferior compared to most other like modern flagship. Samsung makes the best panels. They just, hands down, they have the best OLED technology. They know how to do it.
Nintendo has been doing more mobile stuff lately. Like that Mario Kart game is supposed to like come out next year.
That's what I'm saying. It seems like they're
that might be something, especially because Samsung does work with gaming companies.
Yes.
Remember they did the big Fortnite deal this year.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
you're not even that off, honestly.
So that was my whole point. Is if they were going to work with any mobile company to work with, and it seems like they're trying to do that, Samsung is probably on the top of their list.
Yes, the one that would make the most sense.
I can see, depending on now. Man, on
the Galaxy S11, this exclusive Mario Kart cart.
Yeah,
they would do that too.
Well, I mean, Samsung,
that would make sense.
Samsung's working on their foldable phone. What if they do a foldable Switch?
No, you mean a DS? The DS3?
No, a foldable screen, I'm saying.
No, because remember, Nintendo has made a foldable console.
I know, but what if they did that?
So it'd be another DS.
Yeah, but what if the screen...
But you make calls on it.
Yeah, but what if the screen folded?
No, we're talking about it'd be the fucking N-Gauge.
The N-Gauge?
It'd be a foldable N-Gauge. What the fuck am I saying?
What's the N-Gauge?
You ever seen the N-Gauge?
Hold on, is it literally the letter N gauge?
N-Gauge.
N-Gauge?
You ever seen the N-Gauge?
Holy crap.
The Nokia N-Gauge?
Yeah, I think so.
Let's make that, but with Samsung and Smith technology.
Oh, I know what this
You've
is.
seen the fucking N-Gauge.
I've seen Rayman.
You've seen the N-Gauge.
Rayman 3 on the Nokia N-Gauge.
It has Sonic Pro Skater 2 on it.
Is what?
Sonic Pro Skater 2.
How?
They're like, I think RE4 is on the fucking N-Gauge.
Holy crap, there's like...
Yeah, the N-Gauge, dude. The failure of a console, but it exists. N-Gauge.
Yeah, that's what I want.
I want that.
I like this mod. I like this wood mod.
Oh god, it looks fucking atrocious. Like the N-Gauge deserves.
All right, let's talk about real quick. Speaking of gaming stuff, I just want to mention
the best news all week. Fuck all this other stuff.
Okay, fine, never mind then.
No, because this is the only good story we have left. That's
Guys,
what we're talking about.
Guys, go buy RX 570,
oh, no, yeah.
580.
Deal.
Yeah. But either if you're looking to build a new PC or upgrading a graphics card,
an NPC.
An NPC.
You said that, by the way.
I said, did I?
Yeah, if you're looking to build an NPC, that is what you said.
I meant to say new. I meant to say the word.
Are you sure?
New. Yeah.
You intolerant man.
AMD got you.
Gamers Rise Up.
Gamers Rise Up. The RX 570, 580, and 590. The 590 just came out. I was thinking about getting that until I realized the 590 is literally an overclocked 580. Do not buy that. It is $80 more for an overclock card that you can get.
Okay, quick question for all the dummies out there like me.
Yeah.
How do you overclock a card?
You go into your
you literally take like the weights off like it's fucking Rock Lee. Is that really what you're doing, but internally?
It's a software thing. It's literally just
the click button that goes go faster, but breaks my warranty.
Yes.
Is there just a button now?
Yeah, and AMD actually makes the software for it to do it natively.
Okay.
Actually, AMD has the best overclocking software. It does it, and I talk about with my friend Ricky all the time, who's a literal nanotech engineer, and so he's much smarter than I am.
Like the stuff they use in Ratchet and Clank to heal people?
Yes. No, he builds tiny robots.
That's what I mean. That's the use in Ratchet and Clank, nanotech technology. Nano machines, son.
I never played Ratchet and Clank really, so
that's from Metal Gear.
Oh.
A guy who wants to be president of the United States says nanomachines, son, and he grabs his skin.
The coolest thing about AMD and why their overclocking is way better than NVIDIA is because it does it live. You can put it to. You can set like a.
Can I broadcast it on Twitch?
Yeah.
Periscope?
Probably not, because that's dead. No, but you can set like a. You can set like, okay, my goal for this game is to reach 60 FPS and.
By game?
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
You can do it by game, or you can just do it globally. And so you can do like, okay, I don't want my graphics card to go exceed this. I don't want it to exceed this fan speed or this temperature, but I want you to get as close as possible. And it'll naturally go up or down depending on what's happening in your game.
Rad.
It is super rad.
That's cool.
AMD is awesome. But anyways, the reason why this is great, because one, the cards aren't that expensive. So the 580 is like 200, 210. The 570 is like 170, 160. So around there, like I said, don't buy the 590. But with those cards, with the 570 and 580, you get 2 out of 3 free games that you get to choose from that come out next year. You get to choose between the Division 2, Devil May Cry 5, and Resident Evil 2 Remake. I already decided that I will be buying Division 2, and I'm going to be buying Devil May Cry 5, and I need a new graphics card.
And you might as well try out RE2.
No, well, it's one. I'm probably like I said.
Are you gonna pick DmC 5 as your free one?
No, I get to pick 2 out of the 3. 2 out of the 3.
Yeah.
So this is why it is an insane deal. You're saving $120 and getting a graphics card for pretty cheap.
Yeah.
Like it's so silly to not, and they're good cards. They're mid-range cards. They rival like the 970 kind of. They're great. They're okay if you're doing 1440p gaming. Like you'd have to probably turn some settings down. But if you're in 1080p like I am still, you can max everything out. And so, yeah, there you go.
And you would have like a 30-inch monitor.
Yeah, I have like a 22-inch monitor, so it's fine. So yeah, there you go. There's the thing for graphics cards. Anyways, speaking of gaming,
fucking Devil May Cry.
Devil May Cry.
This is the best piece of Devil May Cry news we'll get this year, besides DmC 5 being a real game.
Devil May Cry 5, excuse sir.
Devil May Cry 5.
Not DmC 5. That's something else.
No, because it's called DmC 5. DmC Devil May Cry is the whole version of that name of that game.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah, it's D lowercase m to differentiate it.
You are correct.
Uppercase C.
You are
Devil
correct.
May Cry.
You are
Still
correct.
a horrible title for a reboot.
Yeah.
But whatever.
Anyways.
The Castlevania producer, Eddie Shankar,
For the
announced,
Netflix show.
the rumor for a while was that they were possibly working on a Zelda animated show, because Netflix said that they had the rights to do one.
Yeah.
But that rumor not being true, I'm not bummed about, because the actual answer and what we got was way better.
Yes.
It was, hey, working on a Devil May Cry show.
Now,
And the weirdest part about it is that it is announced in a bootleg. The quote is, "We'll join Castlevania in what we're now calling the bootleg multiverse." And he won't answer questions on what the fuck that means. And that's why I am so excited. Because what the fuck does that mean?
okay, this is literally I've said literally a lot in this podcast, and I don't usually say that word that often. But this is actually this is actually factually.
You can only say that word if
Only-
you have that fucking accent.
This is-
makes me laugh.
It is only for Jesus. Like the fact that they're doing a Castlevania.
Castlevania is really big, to be fair.
No, that's the thing. Here's the thing. Castlevania is really big. Devil May Cry I don't think is as big as Castlevania.
No, because there's less games and not as old.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
The DMC 5 hype is super there. The
but
crowd
the
is
fact
there.
that they're doing something like at this scale,
But they might be attached. It's fucking weird.
with a game like Devil May Cry is like, wait, what? Okay.
What is that like? What is? Do you mean like they take place like in a similar, like on the same Earth?
Because the Castlevania,
Are Alucard and Dante going to fights?
because the
and then going
Castlevania
through
show,
Cream?
the Castlevania show is based on the game, right?
Because the good thing about like the announcement was like, oh cool, the guys from Castlevania. I've been watching season 2 since it came out. Like I'm going through it. It's way better than season 1.
Cool.
They're doing really good stuff with that show.
I'll probably watch it eventually.
You don't need to know anything about Castlevania to watch that show. That's the best part about it, because it's just a really, really good show.
Yeah.
And it is really violent in a way that's not like excessive. It's really cool.
It's not like Pickle Rick.
No, I thought you were talking about the Purge episode
Oh no,
as like an example of like modern animation that's Western that does.
no, Pickle Rick
Gore.
is the joke one.
Oh yeah, that's supposed to be funny, haha. But
I can talk about that. episode for a
Castlevania
minute.
season 2 is such a great little piece of animation that I'm so happy exists.
Mhm.
It's gonna be the same studio. It's gonna be by a studio that doesn't answer to no gods, no masters. And it came with the quote that he gave people,
Yeah,
where
I need to
he did
hear
inform
this.
us that he acquired these, in parentheses, Devil May Cry, rights myself. I have to get this right. So the jabronis in Hollywood don't fuck this one up too. And that made me so happy
Oh.
because of these screenshots of the other Capcom IP, Monster Hunter,
it's movies screenshots coming out where it is just people in modern military gear.
Oh.
And I got really bummed because that's exactly what we were gonna get. Unless that Monster Hunter movie is gonna be, do you know the anime Gates?
I've heard of it.
Where the premise of it is a modern military of Japan goes into portals to fight fantasy creatures.
Are you sure this isn't an episode of Doctor Who?
No, that's Gate. The whole premise of Gate.
This sounds like an episode of Doctor
Who.
Who.
It sounds like an episode of one thing, but it's not.
Yeah.
And that's why Gate sucks, because that's the whole show.
Got it.
And I didn't get much further because I'm like, fuck this.
Yeah.
But if that was the Monster Hunter movie, that'd be pretty dope. Of like, oh, people in modern military, our guns don't work on the Rathalos. So they have to go into the Monster Hunter dimension and get their weapons and they work or something. Like, unless they did that and this is all like lies.
Yeah. It's not going to be that.
The reality
cool.
is it's not going to be that at fucking all. It's going to be fucking.
Just, yeah.
It's going to be the battleship movie. Where it's
Yes.
like, oh, it's just a military movie with like a IP on it.
Yeah.
But the fact that those screenshots came out and next week was like, no, we're making people care like Don't Make Cry is going to make it. And then also after this tweet, he tweeted himself cosplaying as Dante. I'm like, oh, it's in the right hands.
Oh, cool.
It's in the right hands.
Yeah. I want to see him in what's his name.
Is it going to be? What I really want, if they're going to adapt a game, if it's a straight adaptation, I want DmC 3. If that is the best story in the series, the one that makes the most sense, if they're going to adapt a game, it'd be 3.
Now,
no hold bar. I want them to do 3.
Yeah.
Because 3 has the only good story in the series.
I mean,
characters have arcs. They go through them. They finish them. They evolve. They change.
You're right.
Like their characters actually develop and become like Dante becomes the way he is, except that he's part of the demon. He has a responsibility to humanity. Like Virgil, blah, blah, blah. Like there's Lady has her arc. Like there's a plot, has a start and an end. It makes sense. And plus has the best action in the series.
What if it was was
Made a DmC 2?
No. What if it was DmC?
You know what? I wouldn't be that hurt.
Now and I've been saying this
because they could do the visuals cool and maybe make the script not be fucking shit.
Here's what I've been saying for years. If this is animated, but
I gave it another try.
This is gonna be animated, but I've always been saying this, if they're gonna make a live action show or movie with DmC, Hayden Christensen needs to play Dante. Yeah. Hayden Christensen would be an amazing Dante.
Yeah, it wouldn't be that bad of a
Hayden
pick.
Christensen's not a bad actor. Everyone can go fight me. Hayden Christensen's a good actor. George Lucas is a bad director. Hayden Christensen is a good actor. Yeah. And I think he'd play a really compelling Dante.
Like
that Dante.
DmC, the reboot game, does have a...
It's not a bad story. It's not a bad story.
Oh, it's really bad now. Like, it's even worse because it is incredibly dated. I'm watching a playthrough of it right now.
Yeah.
I forget they talk about like, it's a really bad, overly transparent thing about capitalism being evil.
You're right.
And you fight Bill O'Reilly as a CNN boss.
You're right.
You know, the boss is actually pretty cool.
I love that boss.
There is a decent, it's the only good boss in the game. There is besides Virgil.
I still disagree.
Fuck you, no. They're bad, just like bad patterns. There's like no dynamics, whatever.
I like that game.
I will spend 3 hours talking about that fucking game.
Yeah, it's fine. I don't need to defend DmC.
That's why you don't
need
to, because there are parts that are worth hating, but there are good parts of that game, like gameplay wise, with mainly the fixed version, the remastered version. They fixed the gameplay of that game. It's pretty okay now.
Anyways,
but there is a decent story in that game. There's a decent idea. The dialogue is horrendous.
Yes, I will never defend the dialogue.
And that's pretty much what kills most of that game.
I actually like the dialogue because it's that bad.
It's not, I can't laugh at it. It's not DmC 1, where they were trying for melodrama and they failed. That's what makes it so funny.
No, I like.
And 4 is just kind of dry. Like 4 is not a finished script.
4 is kind of. I like 4. I like 4 is, I think, like the fan favorite, kind of. I like the bits where I like everything with Dante. By himself. Like that stuff's really fun. Do you remember that bit where Dante gets those fucking, the rose weapon? We talked about this. And he's talking about a weird sex thing. Yeah, he makes a heart out of the roses. It's like, I want that kind of bad writing. I don't want Dante and a demon boss saying fuck you 10 times back and forth. That stuff's bad. I thought that was funny. It's not. I got mad. I was like, this game, there's no hope saving this game. All right. Anyways. But there's a cool idea of like an animated show. Do we have any sort of date or confirmation of anything? No, we're making this. Got it. All right. So and they're also making the season 3 of Castlevania. So who knows when this will come out? Oh, so either end of next year, probably like winter of next year. Next year or maybe tomorrow, because Netflix can just do that. Yeah, you're right. If they really want to. They could easily just here's money, make this now. So they've done this like, oh, season 2 of like this show comes out next week. Literally the only thing that Netflix cares about. Oh, a lot of people watch this. Here's money, make it again. Yeah, they cancel shows now. Yeah. So it's hard to see Netflix numbers, but it's Castlevania, the show's done well. I did very well. Okay, cool. Then Castlevania season 1 was pretty much a test because Castlevania season 1 is just like a 2-hour like setup. Mm-hmm. That's kind of the
bummer season one's like it's good, but it's just a setup.
Yeah.
But it was kind of a sense of like, will this do well? Did very well. Okay, season 2, go get it. Do it now.
Cool. All right.
So sweet.
I'm excited. We have to go. It's anyways. I don't know. I give up. I just give up. And
All
life.
76 final boss is just a reuse animation of the dragons from Skyrim. What the fuck?
Fallout 76 final boss is the reused animations from Skyrim. However, the only difference is the dragon is jacking off.